Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a brand new release in the UK. It's a brand that's been around for quite a while, but it's only just released in the UK, and that is very, very exciting. We've waited here in the UK for quite a while for this brand, and of course now it's here. It launched on beautybay.com a couple of weeks ago. I picked up 5 products. I've picked up mostly eyeshadow palettes. I've got a lip product and I've got a highlighter to share with you, just to give me an insight and of course you of what these products are like. If I like these, then I may purchase more, and I've got quite an insight on the eyeshadow palette particularly. So I've applied the eyeshadow on this side of my face. I've also applied the highlight and I've also applied the lip product. I've now had these products on for about an hour, which I wanted to do so that I can give you a little bit of a better insight in how they felt on application, especially lip products. So that's probably what I'll start with. So it is the Liquid Catsuit matte lipstick in the shade Rebel Rose, and this I think was £5. So I really love the packaging. This reminds me of the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. I really love the shade of this. I've already swatched it and it looks like that. Now it dries down very, very quickly. I'm just going to share with you the applicator. It's one of those applicators that's got a little bit of a shelf there, so it does pick up quite a bit of product, which you may then have to remove and perhaps not apply quite so much. Now it does look quite moussey when you first apply it, but it goes on quite thinly. And it dries down very, very quickly as well. And it also dries down, as you can see, a little bit deeper than what the product suggests inside there. Still really like it. On application, like I say, it dried down quite quickly. The applicator really did work well to completely fill in my lips very easily. It didn't go anywhere like some applicators can. And like I say, it dried down very fast, and I do find it a little bit too quick for me. I like liquid lipsticks that take a little bit of a while, I suppose, to dry down, because I do like to manipulate the product. However, it wasn't so quick that blink and it's dry. It does give you a little bit of time, but it is quite quick drying. What I also found is I can feel it on my lips. I can feel that it is there, and it does feel a little bit dry, not over the top dry, suck all the moisture out of your lips, but it does feel a little bit dry, and I can definitely feel it there. So all in all, not too bad. It's not the best liquid lipstick that I've ever tried, but I suppose, from, the drugstore, it's not too bad. Or however, in the UK, it's obviously not from a drugstore. We have to purchase it from beautybay.com. It's the only place in the UK that we can get it from at the moment. So yeah, all in all, not too bad, and I really do like the shade of that. Next, I've got the Wet n Wild highlighting powder, and this is called, it says Megaglow, and it's in the shade Precious Metals. I do know that there are other shades to this, but this was the only one that was available on the website. Also, the liquid lipstick and this one, they are cruelty free. I'll just show you on the lipstick. So it's cruelty free there. And where does it just says it here, there. I don't know if you can be able to see it. It's a little white logo there. So I really like the packaging to this. This was £3.75, I believe. The packaging is sturdy, doesn't feel like it's going to fall to pieces. Sometimes the lids and the base do feel so loose that they're going to fall apart. Not with this one. It does feel, very substantial. On the back, you've got the information of what it is, and then the ingredients, as well as that it's the time frame as well, so how long it's going to last. When you open it up, you've got this beautiful pattern on here, which I really, really like. I think it's very, well, it attracts you to it, doesn't it? And I really, really like that. Luckily for me, this is the perfect shade I love these, not too light, but I don't like too deep either. So this is spot on for me. I really like the pattern there. I just love the whole thing. Now, I'm not a big fan of highlights. I suppose highlights are probably my least exciting makeup piece to apply, because I have quite oily skin, and I generally find that, you know, I just like a matte look and then let my face glow naturally, I suppose. But actually, when I applied this, I really, really like it. It's beautiful, the colour. So it's Precious Petals. I'll just mention that again. It's a beautiful shade, works so well for me, and I really like that you can build it up as well. I have got it on this side as well, but it is better on the light comes in and hits my cheek there. So really, really like this, and I think the quality is there for £3.75. I think that is a really good product. So love that. Now on to the other products, and I picked up 3 eyeshadow palettes. Now, when these went live, they were selling out very, very fast, and I did have a couple more products actually in my basket. But by the time I looked at everything that I wanted to look at and, you know, went to pay, some of the items had already sold out. So there is probably another eyeshadow palette or 2 that I may be picking up, but it just depends really, because I have got some real thoughts about the eyeshadow palette that I tried on today. What I'm going to do is, actually I'll just swatch the highlighter first before I go any further. Just give you a little bit of an insight of, obviously you can see it on my cheek, but and that one there is Precious Petals. So it's not too light, but it's not too deep, and it works beautifully on my skin tone. Okay, so getting on to the eyeshadows, eyeshadow palette. So like I say, I picked up 3. Now, what I think I might do is do separate videos on the other 2. So the first one I'm going to share with you, I'm just going to share with you what it looks like, and I'll do a whole video on this because I can only try on obviously one at a time. So this is the Wet n Wild colour icon, and I picked it up in Silent, the shades Silent Treatment. Again, when I picked this up, a lot of them had sold out, and I had tried to do a little bit of homework about what I would like, but like I say, a lot of them had sold out, and I also found that people's opinions on certain eyeshadow palettes vary slightly. So someone may love this and then someone else may not love it. So I just had to really go with the shades that appealed to me, or basically what was left. So I've gone with the, like I say, the shades Silent Treatment. It is quite cool. Now, first of all, the packaging is like this. So it is a smaller eyeshadow palette. Of course, it's cruelty free. And then on the back, now there is like a barcode underneath this, and this actually was a sticker. It's one of those stickers that you have to peel off. So it's the only place that actually has the name of the shades here. So I've stuck that over the barcode there, which I must admit, I did find the stickers annoying, to say the least, because not only that, you've got all marks now on the palette, and there was 2 stickers. So the name of the palette was, the name of the palette was here, where you can see that horrible mark, and then there was some black sticky tape there. So I had to take that off first. I've now got sticky tape marks all over the palette, and to be honest, that is not attractive. I don't really like that, and in fact actually that's really what I don't like about drugstore makeup, because you tend to find that a lot of them have this horrible residue left on there, and it just really takes away from the packaging, and the more you try and clean it off, the more it spreads all over. So I thought I'm going to leave it there. So anyway, I've then popped the name of the shade here of the palette. You've got some information on the back. So what I really liked is that even though it was obviously very inexpensive, and you know, there is 4 shades in here. They've taken the trouble to give me an indication of where these shades should go. And also on the shades themselves, they've written down what they think, you know, these shades should be. So you've got transition there, you have got eyelid there, you have then got brow bone, the lightest, and then you've got this one here which says crease. To be honest, I think this may be a little bit too deep for the lid for me, but I'm willing to give it a go, and I think in the video that I share this one, I will probably just follow their instructions and see what it looks like on me. It is a little bit cool, but yeah, I'm interested to see how this one applies. I can't remember the price of this, whether it was £2.50 or £3.50, but as I said at the beginning, I will pop all of the information down below. I really like this shade here, and I really like this shade. I'm not so keen on this shade, and this one I could probably do without as well, but you know, we'll just have to try it out and see. And like I said, there wasn't a great deal left. The next one, I'm really interested to see how this one applies. This one is a larger palette. Again, it's cruelty free. It's the Wet n Wild Colour Icon Comfort Zone palette, and like I say, this one's larger. Again, you've got all the sticky tape marks on there. Not attractive, but it is a larger palette. Really like the layout of this. Love the logo there. It does look really clean and fresh, apart from the tape marks, and obviously the logo for cruelty free is there. Again, on the back, I've had to put the name of the palette on the barcode there. Actually, this one, it does give you the name there, Comfort Zone, but I stuck it there anyway, just in case. And again, it gives you an indication of 2 eye looks of what they think, you know, this palette may look like, or you know, be good to be used for. So yeah, really like that, and I absolutely love the shades in here. I also, the palette looks like that, and the logo and everything there, and I keep wanting to open it from that end, but it doesn't. It opens from this end. So I'll show you when I've opened it. So it actually opens like that rather than that way. But I really love the shades in here. I love the warmth of this. So these are your 2 transitional shades. Now, typically I don't particularly like green on my eyes, green or blue, but I really like this kind of shade here, that teal shade, and I really liked the, not so much that one, but the shade range that you're getting in here. I even quite like that green shade there. So I'm definitely going to have to try this out on camera for you. This one was, I think, £3.75 again. Also, you've got in these larger pans, so I like that they have added larger transitional pans, and then they've actually pressed in the word transition there to give you an idea, or a little bit of a helping hand, I suppose, which or where these should go. So which ones you use in your transitional area on your eye, and also, you know, where to put them and which ones. So really love this, but that I think is a shade that I'm really excited about. Love that. I'm just having a look to see if they've got any shade names. No, it just gives you the numbers, so 1 to 10. And then it gives you numbers as well of where to put them as well. So yeah, like 1 to 10 and things like that, and then where to put them. So I suppose for a very inexpensive palette, that's not too bad. That is really, really good. Now, this is the palette that I used today, and it is, of course, the Wet n Wild. It's another Colour Icon, so one of their larger palettes in Nude Awakening. Now, I really wanted the other one, which had more of a pop of pink, but this one had a pop of burgundy, so I thought, actually, I'm going to pick this one up and see what this one does. So this is the one that I tried out today. So it's very, very, well, it's exactly the same packaging as the Comfort Zone. So exactly the same, and cruelty free there. And then on the back, again, I've stuck the label there, and you've got all of the same information. So your pans are numbered 1 to 10, then it gives you 2 looks and really instructs you there on, you know, where to put the shades. So that's really good. And then I'll open it up. So again, it opens up like that. It's, yeah, messing with my mind when everything is down like that. Anyway, I will get used to it. It's just that it's obviously brand new. So this is the palette that I've used today, and I really wanted to use a palette that coordinates a little bit with the lip product. So this is why I've gone for this one. However, I would have loved to have used Comfort Zone, but I went with this one, like I said, to match. What I will say first of all is it is very, very cool, and I do actually like cool toned eyeshadows, but if you don't like cool, you'll probably not like this one. I think it's got a real mix of a lot of shades here. What I'm going to do now is actually just swatch them for you. But when you swatch them, they feel very, very soft. So that one there doesn't swatch that well. Now I'll swatch the 2 transitional shades first. That one's better. And then I'll just swatch the other ones in succession. I should probably have swatched them first. That would give me a better insight of perhaps how they were going to perform. But I just wanted to keep it for on camera, basically. So it's just going to take me a few moments just to do the last 2. Okay, so I've swatched them all now. So starting off here, this is that lightest transition shade, this is the deepest. Then starting with that matte cream, you've got that matte cream there. Then moving on to a like a peachy shimmer. We then have, and that is quite an intense shimmer. The next shimmer is not so intense, and of course that is a little bit of a cream to peach shade. Then we have that burgundy shade there, and that's matte. Then we have another shimmer shade which is quite, well, it's like a champagne shade, isn't it? Then we have the other shade, so we've got that deeper, it's like a duochrome because it looks brown but it's actually reflects a little bit of a peach colour. Then we have that beautiful pink shimmer, and then we have that black matte shade. So you're getting in here 10 shades. So all in all, you can tell from the swatches a lot about this palette actually. Now the transition shade, this one, it was extremely powdery. Obviously I'm going to do a demo in a moment, but this one was extremely powdery, and I know that most of the time we say don't worry about swatches, you know, it is only for the benefit of looking at the shades, but on this occasion that has swatched the worst, and I must say that it was extremely powdery. Also, I found with this palette that the colours represented in the pan as they look in the pan isn't necessarily how they apply and look on the eye, and again you're going to see that in a moment. I also found this one, so the burgundy shade, it looks like it's burgundy in the pan. Let me just open it up and share that with you. So it looks burgundy, but actually, and when I put it on the eye, it actually looks like it's like a very deep charcoal colour with a tiny hint of burgundy, and I was expecting that to be more of what it looks like in the pan. I'm actually disappointed by that shade. I wanted to make this palette work, and I had to remove my eyeshadow twice before it looked like this, and I'm actually very, very nervous about applying it on camera because it took me so long to get the eye look to look like this. And on camera, from what I'm looking in the viewfinder at, it actually looks a lot better than when I look in the mirror. It just looks like a, I don't know, it just looks like a charcoal with a little bit of a, I don't know, a pinky purpley tone to it, and I'm really not too keen on that at all. So I will apply this, but I would really love it if someone gave their feedback about the palette Nude Awakening. Yeah, it's certainly not the best, and at the moment it's just such a shame that I've actually tried this first off, because now I'm thinking, are the other two palettes going to be just, you know, the same as this? Because I suppose it's put me off a little bit, but we'll have to see. I'm definitely going to have to try out the other, you know, palettes on camera and see. I don't like wasting money. I do like trying to make products work for me, and even if this is inexpensive, I really like to make it work, but also I want to give you my honest, you know, opinions of what I found. So I'm going to now apply it on this side. So this is how it applied, and I must also say that the shimmers are really fantastic, but I might have to wet them next time when I share another look with you, because I also found that they transferred terribly onto my in my crease. Absolutely terrible. So you know, there are certain shimmers that do that worse than others, and so far and I do try, I don't stick to too many. This is actually, I suppose, what puts me off about drugstore makeup, and why Makeup Revolution is such a revolution and a revelation to me, because their products are very inexpensive, but they work. So let's do an eye. I'm putting it off, I suppose, because I am a little bit worried about it. So let's do this eye and see how I get on. So fingers crossed. Now I just want to show you that when you put the brush in, it is extremely powdery, as you can see there. Extremely, a lot of kick up. It didn't transfer onto my face, but there is a lot of, you know, it's more than I would expect, and in fact actually that's more than Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I would say that that is the most kick up that I've ever found comes off an eyeshadow. So that is more, which is a little bit worrying to me. So I'm just going to pop this in the crease and then take that up. And I'm going to use some of that powder that's loose now to deepen that up a little bit. So I don't know if it was because I didn't set my base, and whether it's now dried, because I did put the Revolution Pro eye elements on, as always, as I do with every single eye look, and I must say that it's now going on a lot better. So, but yeah, like I say, I had to do it 3 times on that eye. Right, now I'm going in with another brush, and I couldn't actually make this eyeshadow, the burgundy shadow, actually work with my my Primark eye contour brush. It just wouldn't work, because I put it in the crease with that brush and it just stuck in places, and it was really patchy, and that is another reason why I had to take it off. So I'm using one of the eye brushes from the Next Eye Kit or eye pack, and it is a angled brush, but it's quite thin, and I'm going to now go into that burgundy shade, and I'm going to pop that here. So pop that on that side. This is going to be more of a spotlight look, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit more and then put it on the inner part of my eye, like that. and then I'm going to then take it through the crease. Just to give a little bit of dimension. I still don't like the colour. It is just it's just so deep, and it doesn't look anything like, when you look at the colour on my eye to what is in the pan, it just doesn't look like, it looks like it's a charcoal. It looks so cool compared to how it looks in the pan. It goes on like a charcoal, like I said, with a hint of another colour, and I really just don't like the colour. If it was the same as what was in the pan, I would like it. Now I'm just going to see if I can blend it out a little bit, because yeah, like that. And then what I also had to do is go in with this shade here, so this really light shade, and clean it up, because I just don't think that it blends terribly well. So I had to do a little bit of cleanup, which I hardly ever have to do. Okay, so I'm just going to blend it into the crease a little bit more, like that. Now I'm going to get my original brush, and I'm going into the transitional shade, so that very first shade, and I'm just going to run that underneath. Like that. I'm also going to put just a little bit more on this side. Like that. I'm then going in with, just going to check which is the pink. I think it's the last shade. Yep. So I'm now going in with this shade here, which is opposite the matte black, and I'm going to just pop this into the centre. Like that. Now I must say that the matte that I used, obviously that pink shade, is outstanding in this palette. It really is a beautiful colour, works perfectly. You don't necessarily have to wet it, but like I say, I probably will next time if I remember to, because it's a little bit loose in the pan, and although it goes on really nicely, it does transfer if you, like me, have got hooded lids. But I'm just going to see if I can just get that thin brush again and just do that. So hopefully it won't, I mean, you can see that here. You can see the shine on it. So I suppose I've had the colour on for a little while on this side. You can still see it, it's not too bad. Now I'm changing to a pencil brush, and I'm going in with the shade right next door to the pink shade, which is this champagne shimmer there. So I'm just going around the inner corner and just blend that in there like that. Okay, now I'm going in with an eye pencil. Of course, it's the Revolution HD Smoky waterproof eyeliner. Like that, and I'm also using the Primark PS Amplif-eyed mascara. Okay, so that is the look complete now. So as always, I'll just come forward so you can see the look. Hang on, I've blinked too soon with the mascara. There we go. Okay, so I hope you can see that. What I will say is that I think the certainly the transitional shade went on better on the second eye, perhaps because the base had set a little bit better. I still don't like that burgundy shade. I just don't think that it looks as nice on the eye as it does in the pan. The shimmer shade, really like that pink shade there. It looks beautiful on the lid, however I don't think that it's, you know, outstanding, and it does transfer a lot, you know, after a while onto the lid. But hopefully if I do the other two, or share with you the other two eyeshadows, perhaps if I remember, like I say, I'll need to wet it and perhaps that will work, you know, to perhaps set it in place. But overall, not too bad. I think if you're on a budget, it's okay. But what I will say is that here in the UK, of course, we've got Makeup Revolution. And would I buy Wet n Wild over Makeup Revolution? I think what I know at the moment, I don't think so, because I am so disappointed with this. Like I say, I had to remove my makeup twice, and this was the third attempt. It does look okay, and it's definitely not so bad that I can't go out like this. So I think to perhaps restore my faith in Wet n Wild, it would definitely be worth my while to at least try out this palette. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Of course, I would absolutely love your feedback on any of the products that I've shared with you. I think my favourite product out of the, you know, what I've shared with you today and tried on has to be the highlighting powder. I really like that. It's so beautiful. The shade is beautiful. I think for £3.75 you're getting a lot of product in there, as well as such a good product that actually works. Second, I would say, is the liquid Catsuit. I really love the colour, but I think that for £5 I can certainly buy something that is less expensive from Revolution that feels probably a little bit more comfortable on the lip. But the shade, beautiful, absolutely outstanding, but it just feels a little bit tight and drying on the lips. So yeah, like I say, I'd love your feedback. I am left a little bit disappointed because I'm always hear such good things about Wet n Wild and how people love everything. But like I say, when I was doing my homework, people were saying yes, they loved it, but other people were saying not so positive things. So I suppose, as with anything, it's a little bit hit and miss with anything, and it just depends on the person and what they're looking for. But I will definitely try the other products. I'm looking forward to seeing if the other eyeshadow palette in particular works better. And of course, if you have just subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to watch further videos. I hope I said that. Yeah, I would love it if you subscribed. Anyway, until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.